Hello and welcome to HW News. As a part of its disinvestment process, the Modi government planned privatization in several government-owned industries. This includes public sector undertakings, be it IRCTC or Air India or any other government-owned banks. The government is also eyeing to give the management of airports to private entities. Now, these entities get a lease for a stipulated period, and for that period, they are to manage and develop the airport. The practice is not new. Earlier, the Mumbai International Airport and Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi have been given to GVK and GMR groups to manage. But if it is a usual process, why are we today talking about it? Because this has brought the Congress, the UDF, CPIM and the LDF and almost all the parties in Kerala except BJP together. Here is why. Recently, the Modi cabinet convened a meeting. In this meeting, it cleared a passage for handing the management and development of 3 airports in the country to a private bidder. It approved a proposal for leasing out Jaipur, Guwahati and Thiruvananthapuram Airport of Airport Authority of India. In the first round of privatization under the Narendra Modi dispensation, the airports in Lucknow, Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Mangaluru, Thiruvananthapuram and Guwahati were cleared for operation, management and development through public-private partnership model in February 2019. Subsequently, the Airport Authority of India had in September 2019 recommended the Civil Aviation Ministry to privatize airports in Amritsar, Varanasi, Bhubaneswar, Indore, Raipur and Trichy. The Airport Authority of India, which works under the Ministry of Civil Aviation, owns and manages more than 100 airports across the country. The private company which won the maximum number of bids is Adani Enterprise. With Wednesday's proposal clearance, it now has 6 airports that it will now manage and develop. These 6 airports are Lucknow, Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Mangaluru, Thiruvananthapuram and Guwahati. The bidding process was held last year in February. However, a day after the cabinet meeting, Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan wrote a letter to PM Modi with a rather urgency. He not only expressed a strong reservation on the Modi government's move to lease out Thiruvananthapuram Airport to Adani Enterprises, but also requested Prime Minister Modi to reconsider the cabinet decision as it is against the wishes of the people of the state. He even said that it will be difficult for the state government to cooperate since it is against the wishes of the people. He also reminded Prime Minister Modi that a petition against the move is already pending in the Kerala High Court. But not only the state chief minister, even the opposition leader Ramesh Chennitala and several other political organizations and their leaders are protesting the central government's move. So what is the controversy all about? Why is the Kerala government and other political parties except BJP are so upset with the Modi cabinet decision? Let's talk about it point by point. First, the bidding process. Last year, when the bids were placed for the leasing rights of Trivandrum Airport, Adani had won the bid with highest per passenger fee of Rs 168 promised to the Airport Authority of India. But the state government of Kerala was also interested in leasing of the airport. So Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation KSIDC placed a bid for the second highest amount, that is Rs 135 per passenger. In these bids, Adani Enterprise outsmart even the experienced players like GVK and GMR, and as said, it won the lease of 6 airports for the next 50 years. But this upset the state government, which questioned how Adani, who does not even have a prior experience in operating the airports, was given the lease. The Chief Minister of the state, Pinarayi Vijayan, even went on to make a scathing remark on the issue at an event where he said, Adani does not know how to operate airports, but he knows Prime Minister Narendra Modi well. Much of the state government's reservation comes from the allegation that Adani is one of the crony capitalist friends of PM Modi. Now let's talk about the second point, the land for airport. But the issue is not only limited to this perception widely shared among the opposition parties and their leaders that Adani is a friend of Prime Minister Modi. In his letter to PM Modi, Kerala Chief Minister said that the state government had handed over 23.57 acres of land free of cost to Airport Authority of India in the year 2005. The value of this prime land goes into crores and was considered as the state's stake in the airport. Now that the state government has handed over such a large land parcel to Airport Authority of India for free, then its equity in the airport, which would effectively make the state government majority stakeholder. This should also allow KSIDC to match up the bid amount of Adani. The state government is banking on a baffling question: how did Adani, which has no experience in managing or operating airports earlier, has won the bid for as many as 6 airports across the country? While the central government says the privatization of other airports such as Delhi, Mumbai and Bangalore saw improved quality and revenue, the state government says it has achieved the same with Cochin Airport, where the state government is majority stakeholders. It also says that since it has a prior experience in the field, it is not fair to give the Trivandrum Airport to Adani on lease. On the part of Adani Group, which is majorly into mining, power, ports, etc., this is a natural progression since it is already building a port which is located just few kilometers away from the airport. This makes the deal even more open to suspicion. Let's talk about the third point, that is State Tourism Minister who alleges corruption in the deal. The State Tourism Minister Kadakampalli Surendran slammed the centre and asked the state BJP unit to explain the development. He said, "This is one of the biggest scams to hand over the country's first international airport in independent India to a private party. This is a big corrupt deal and all of us here will oppose it tooth and nail." Spread over 657 acres of prime land acquired over many years, this airport makes a profit of 170 crore rupees in a year but has been handed over to Adani Group for a pittance. Surendran further said, and it must be noted that this leasing comes at a time when the Airport Authority of India is investing 600 crore rupees for a new runway and the acquisition process for another 18 acres is underway. The lone Keralite in the Union Cabinet, V. Muralidharan, and other BJP leaders here should also explain why this corrupt deal is taking place. We will seek legal recourse as well. Now, this is what the State Tourism Minister said. Let's talk about what the central government has to say about this. The government's clarification. The Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri was quick to react to these allegations. He said the bid was won by Adani because the Kerala government did not qualify in the international bidding process for Thiruvananthapuram Airport. He said parallel narratives can be no match for facts. A campaign has been launched against the decision to privatize the Trivandrum Airport. He said it was stipulated that if the Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation bid comes within the 10% range of winning bid, they would be awarded the work. There was a difference of 19.64% between them and the next bidder when bids were open. Winning bid quoted 168 rupees per passenger, KSIDC quoted 135 rupees per passenger, and the third qualifying bidder was at 63 rupees per passenger. Thus, despite the special provision of right of first refusal being given to the government of Kerala, they could not qualify in international bidding process carried out in a very transparent manner. Now, right of first refusal is a special provision awarded to Kerala government since because of the land it is to be considered as a stakeholder. As per this provision, if there was a gap of up to 10% in KSIDC's and Adani's bid, the Airport Authority of India would refuse Adani the lease and give it to KSIDC. Now, surprisingly enough, even Congress MP from Kerala, Shashi Tharoor, supported the Modi government on this one. Tharoor said the Chief Minister had no grounds to say the state would not cooperate if the centre goes ahead with Adani Enterprise. He tweeted, "The state chief minister cannot say that. The people of Thiruvananthapuram need development and nobody can stand in its way." Tharoor further said that this company has won the global tender for the airport. It does not matter if it is Adani or Ravi Pillai or Yusuf Ali, but the state capital deserves a better airport. He said the ensuing benefits would accrue the people of the city and its hinterland. But with this, Tharoor is at odds with his own party leaders in the state who see BJP in the state and thus the private players, friends of the BJP, as common enemy as much as the LDF. So now there is no real clarity when can Adani take over the airport, but it is definite that this may pave a way for a new state versus centre showdown. Do let us know what you think in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, Search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it, and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel.